morning everyone. Today I'm going to be taking you on a tour around NTU's Nanyang Crescent Halls cluster. There are a lot of things that I want to show you guys, so without further ado, let's go. The whole cluster is on Nanyang Crescent Road, which is the reason why it has its name. On this side of the road, you have a bus stop for the red bus, and also bus 199, which is the bus that connects NTU and Quynh MRT. On the other side, you have the blue bus. The red bus and the blue bus are the two buses that go around NTU, and they go in different directions. So you can choose the one that's the most convenient for you to come to class. On the first floor, we have the admin office where you check into hold, and next to the admin office, you have a place where people often place their parcels. Generally, it's pretty safe because no one's going to take yours anyway, but monkeys is an entirely different story. Yeah. For smaller ones, you still have these mailboxes like normal HDBs. The first floor also has some other common facilities, for example this function hall. During exam seasons, it might be converted into an exam hall. There are also some other rooms like JCRC rooms. There's a dance room, there's a music room with music equipment, but you need special key fobs to access these places. So for me, with exception of one time when I had to come in to do a shoot for school, I never come into these rooms. The second floor also has some other common facilities. For example, we have these 3 fully air-conditioned reading rooms. They are pretty nice and quiet study places for you to study in hall, and most of the time there are not a lot of people, but they can get pretty crowded during exam seasons. There are also these discussion rooms where you can work with your friends, but they are almost always occupied. If you don't feel like studying, there are also these sofas with an amazing forest view for you to chill on. There are also some outdoor seating areas, and we also have these printers, but they're just black and white. This is an important part. We have an entire gym for residents that's open from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. Plus, if no one kicks you out. The gym is pretty well equipped and it's not very crowded during the day, but there can be quite some people in the evening after class. If you go up along the staircase, you'll find what is called the Leaving Street. This is a place that connects all 3 halls of the Nanyang Crescent cluster, and also some other halls like Hall 10 and Hall 11. If you look up the name of the halls on the internet, you will probably see a lot of pictures taken in this area, because I think this is probably one of the unique points of the cluster. I mean, honestly speaking, it's a very nice place, it's very Instagrammable, but no one really hangs out here because, there's not much out there. And also another interesting thing about NTU halls is that each hall has their own hall cats, and sometimes you'll find them wandering around and sleeping at rooms. And of course, we cannot forget about the food. Like most of the whole clusters in NTU, we also have our own canteen, which is commonly known as the tamarind canteen. I came here early in the morning, so only the breakfast store was opening, but there is quite a number of food options. First of all, we have to talk about the Korean store, which I heard serves the best Korean food in NTU. The Mala store is also one of the popular ones, and I highly recommend to try this if you visit this place. Sadly, there is only one halal store that serves chicken rice. There are also some vending machines that sell salads, sandwiches, and also snacks. So far we have been talking about the common areas on the lower floors, which are technically accessible to everyone. But each building actually has 13 floors, and luckily we have an elevator system so you don't have to walk all those steps. But to access these areas, you need a key fob which is only given to hall residents. On each floor, there are some common facilities for residents to use. On even floors, we have the pantry. This is what it realistically looks like. Kind of messy as you can see. So we have an induction cooker, a water tap and a sink, a bin over there, and a microwave oven. The one on this floor is rather new because the previous one was broken, but that's pretty nice. On odd floors, we have this laundry room that usually have 3 washing machines and 1 dryer. The thing about these washing machines is that they only operate on the new $1 coin, so remember to save these up before you move into hall. One of the things that I was the most worried about before I moved into hall was the toilet, but actually it was surprisingly nice. When I first stepped in, it kind of reminded me of those bathrooms at the airport. The room is spacious and there are people cleaning it regularly, so that's not an issue. From my experience, it is also not very crowded because somehow people manage to use the bathroom at different times of the day. There are at most 2 to 3 people in the toilet at the same time. On top of the Tamarind building, there's also this place called the Sky Garden. It has a pretty nice view of the entire campus, and you can also catch sunrise and sunset over here. And so now let's go down so I can give you guys a room tour. And before we move on to a room tour, there are some videos that I want to introduce to you guys. So first of all, on NTU's YouTube channel, there's a series of virtual tours that take you around different places in NTU, especially this Nanyang Crescent Hall tour. So if you want a more professional take on what the hall looks like, you can check out this video. Also, earlier on my channel, I made another video where I talk more about my room's facilities, so you can also check that video out. So this is the first thing that you will see once you step into my room. This is the bedside table. So on top of it, I have a bunch of random stuff. So I have this Christmas decoration over here. I have some medication. I have my coin collection. This is, I think it is like dried flower. I just put it there to make it smell nicer. There's a coffee stain over here, which is very typical of a bedside table. Under here, I have a bunch of drawers, so I just keep the most random things. The concept of this one is like, you know, random stuff, and then the others are also like that as well. And next to it, we have the bed where most of the sleeping happens. The rest of the time, it's basically on the floor, because if you're in Singapore, you'll know that there are some days when it's just like too hot for me to sleep on the bed. So over here I have two different pillows. I have a star-shaped pillow, I have my Gudetama, and this is my gingerbread plushie that I have no idea how I'm going to deal with once I move out of hall, because it doesn't make sense to bring it home. And on top of the mattress, I just put this mattress protector that I got from IKEA instead of the bed sheet, and I actually think that it's more convenient because it doesn't move around a lot, so I highly recommend this if you are moving into hall. Down here I have a bunch of drawers where I keep different stuff. So this one is basically just like medication and all the things I have, my COVID test, my mask. Before I came here, my mom was worried that I was gonna get sick and I wouldn't be able to get medication because it's hard to get stuff here. So she gave me an entire box to bring over here. And then next to it, I have my snack drawer. Except for these two, most of these snacks are just things that I got from welfare packs and other things. I personally don't snack a lot, so I still have a lot of these left, which is actually kind of a waste. Okay, and so on top of the bed, we have a huge blanket, so I decided to decorate it with some collage and picture and stuff. Okay, the thing is, the last one is not entirely my artwork, but it's one of those paint by numbers kind of stuff. But I did put some extra effort into like blending and making it look more natural, so it's not entirely my artwork, but I still put some work into it. The rest are just like random pictures that I added to make it more colorful. This one over here, honestly, I have no idea what I was trying to do with this. Or this one, this pineapple over here. This is like kindergarten level pineapple. But I mean, they make sense as a whole, so I guess it's fine. So this is the kitchen area. First of all, I have some cooking equipment, and then I have a huge shelf. On top, I have some plates, some spices, some sauces and stuff. And then on the second layer, I have my cups and mugs collection. I also have an entire collection of salad sauces. And I also have this like plant over here. It was originally like supposed to be up there, but one night it fell down. Bottom layer, I have the drying rack where I dry my wet stuff, and then below here I have my scale. Next to it, I just have a pile of different boxes, so basically things that are oversized and I don't know where else to put. Some of these are gifts from my family, so the bottom one is the gift I bought for my sister, so that's what it is. Next to it, we have the fridge, which is conveniently located next to the table. So whenever I want something, I just need to reach out to the fridge. So on top of it, I have my blender, I have some coffee, I have my protein whey. This is my sunset lamp. The light is supposed to go this way, and then here's my fridge. It's currently pretty empty at the moment. It's usually not. And underneath the fridge is where I keep most of my food stuff. So as you can see, they are kept in a very unorganized way, but no one cares anyway, so here it is. So next up we have my study table. It is most of the time unorganized, but I did clean it up a bit. So over here we have the cables and stuff, and then I have a fan, a mirror behind, I have a lot of stationery, iPad, and laptop, more stationery. This is a drawer where I keep random stuff also. Honestly, right, I have all these stationery beautifully laid out, but I never use them because once I got an iPad, I just like do everything on my iPad. So they are just there for like aesthetic purposes. On top of it is where I keep most of my course books, and then I also have a bunch of cosmetic stuff. This is my Polaroid camera and more cosmetic stuff, and then more books. And on the top layer, I have this plant which has been with me since I moved in here. You have to see his baby picture. He has grown a lot. Next to it, I have some food packaging because I also do like food photography and I might need these for props and stuff, but I also don't need them that often, so they're just there. This is my closet. On top of it, I have my luggage and a bunch of boxes that I might need in the future. And then on the bottom layer, I have a lot of random stuff. Once again, yeah. So this is how I organize my closet. I feel like I have enough space, but the way it is designed, it's kind of inconvenient. And then on the top layers, because they are too high, I just keep stuff that I don't use. So that's the end of the room tour. But if you have any questions about whole life or like whole application, because I know that's coming, please put in the comment section down below and I will try my best to reply. So yeah, bye bye.